Be ready to change yourself. Anyone who is widely regarded for their achievements will recall who gave them ideas, motivation, and a helping hand when necessary. But they'll just as well remember those who hit them with denial, hate, and misery. Last year I won Best Speech Award over the case of a pair of school teachers that spent a year each with. It was Mr. Munro who got me into writing, and an anonymous science teacher who made my 2016 not traumatizing. In this speech, I only mentioned the positive outcome of the combined experience. But there's another side to it. First, one word: opinions. Here of all places proves opinions can be terrifying. And long ago, they were a huge fear of mine. There was not a chance that 4 years ago I would have been open, even proud, of embracing the bad side of life. Because 4 years ago, if there was one thing I was keener on in filmmaking, acting, or writing, it was friendship, which I later found doesn't suit everyone. That year I was part of a theatre school for teenage thespians like myself. And here I was, surrounded by an array of people who were talented, ambitious, and some of them already quite famous. I felt very at home, but it didn't last long. I suppose all good things must come to an end. Once that was over, I went in a new direction, something a bit less friendly. My comrades and I made a short film and threw in as much blood and gore as we wanted. This didn't win my friends back, but it was an early stepping stone in my film career, which now felt more important. And to think a year earlier, I wouldn't have done this because of opinions. Ultimately, that's what had been stopping me all along. It wasn't the loneliness or the science teacher. It was myself. I was eager to prove that I was now free of such fear. Eager to prove it to 130 people. On the day of high school graduation last year, I wrote to the others, the other fellow graduates. After keeping all my thoughts and stories and ideas to myself for 6 years, I threw some together in a 3-page letter. In it, I spoke about revenge, about suicide, and transgression. It's my style of a promotion and a goodbye. Just as I expected, this ended in frantic emails from teachers and police reports. I was now in a wave of trouble I just brought on myself, yet I wasn't the least bit afraid. However bad it was to have said what I said, I wasn't disappointed in myself, and for a long time I had been. It was quite the opposite. All these years I'd spent afraid that I might say or do something that upsets people. Now, I was like an arachnophobe covering himself in tarantulas. I was willing to push boundaries that meant something to my future objectives, which in the end are my future, the very definition of such. And here it comes back to that pair of teachers from our last speech. While Mr. Munro got me into the creative arts in the first place, it was the science teacher who inadvertently impacted it just as much. After getting a real taste of antagony, I found that, however much it hurt, this is actually what I needed. See, things in life don't happen randomly. It's a journey of self-discovery, which is something not many people commit to. Combining a year of innovation with a year of trauma, and after 4 years of meeting and leaving people, I found my own walk of life. And by doing so, I learned something. To face and use your fears is the first step in living without regret. And to live without regret, it's up to start to a whole new personal era, when it means you're free of the restraints that used to limit you. And once you take off those restraints, it all changes. Some things will get worse. Life is full of surprises, and you can fall into a ditch at every step you take. Not any step, every step. And that, I found, isn't the time to sulk and quit. It's an opportunity to find new directions. I put myself to this challenge. Took a huge risk. I spent the holidays alone. But what I've dedicated my life to in front of everything else. Spent no money, travelled nowhere, saw no friends. And I've never written so much in 2 months. And now I challenge you to this. And be ready for a thunderstorm of criticism, and failure, and loss and ruin. But no, the hard road is the one that leads to certain victory. Be ready to change yourself.
And can it get any more brilliant? Best speaker, Maxim Anderson. Congratulations.